We live in an interesting time, a time where there is great change going on around the world, and a new sense of infinite possibility. And when you envision what's possible, you begin by suspending disbelief. To transform the world in a positive way, there's one quality you must possess that all pioneers in technology have, and that is a vivid imagination.
Built by dreamers and iconoclasts, Las Vegas is a global meeting place and an entertainment capital, attracting over 40 million people a year. Whether it's for gambling or going to a show, visitors from all over come here to be entertained. So what better place than Vegas to talk about music, one of our most beloved forms of entertainment. Hi, I'm Michael Mendenhall, Chief Marketing Officer and Chief Communications Officer for Flex. Today, I couldn't be more excited to sit down with Roland Lamb, the Harvard-educated founder and CEO of ROLI, an inventor of Seaboard, a revolutionary new musical instrument that has reimagined the possibilities of music. Join our compelling discussion as we discover how Roland's fascinating life story has contributed to his work and how he's connecting technology to humanity like never before.
Roland, thank you for coming and being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, as we look at the careers of entrepreneurs and leaders in the world that are creating disruption and doing amazing things, we like to go back and understand, if you can, and share with us, who are those people, places, and things that influenced you?
It's a great question to give a little bit of context. In my case, I was homeschooled by my parents. I grew up in rural New Hampshire, and both of my parents really believed that children should be able to find their own inspiration. And I spent a lot of my time playing the piano, and I was really attracted by the depth of emotional possibilities of the notes and the sounds and the voices that came out of that. And when I was 10 years old, I moved to England, and I went to the same school that my parents had been to, called Summerhill. It was an amazing experience because there's no regulated or mandatory classes. You just go to the classes you want to go to, and you do the things that you want to do. That gave me a taste, actually, of both the energy that can come from working with other people and creating something, and also it only increased my passion for music.
So you're in a very conventional industry, music. Some of these instruments date back centuries.
Yeah.
And you say, let's reinvent. So did you have some naysayers who said, oh, there's no way you can recreate sound that way?
Absolutely. I had a lot of people who just said this can't be done or shouldn't be done, or that this to try to reinvent a musical instrument is a project doomed for failure. But in my case, I had both, I think, a pretty vivid imagination and a strong sense of dissatisfaction. A strong sense that the world could be better and that things could be better and that we could change things. And I felt like we were living in a moment in which new technologies were going to define our experience in really powerful ways, in a period where science would define the new art. So I moved to England, and I went to the Royal College of Art to do a degree in design. And I really wanted to do something more technological and something that that touched my heart. And so I started thinking about music and about how I had always, sitting at the piano, wanted more expression, wanted more layers of control, more possibilities. But I wanted something more sensual, and I wanted something that would really use my own muscle memory. And I had this idea that instead of having keys, you could have a wave. You could have a wave-like surface, and you could play on the tops of the waves. Once I had that idea, I became so passionate about it, and I wanted to play this instrument so much myself. It's like I didn't hear any of the naysayers.
So, Roland, we've talked a lot about reinventing the music industry, and certainly reinventing how it's composed. Your product, the Seaboard, you have here with you today, is that product that has done just that globally. Can anyone who plays a sax or piano or guitar play this instrument?
Absolutely. So the Seaboard Rise that I have on my lap here, it's a reinvention and a reimagination of the piano keyboard. We've taken the separate black and white keys and replaced them with these, what we call key waves. So they are like keys, but they're also like, it's a wave-like surface you can sort of see as I touch them. We've made the key waves out of this very soft silicon material. So where the piano brought one dimension of touch, the Seaboard brings 5 dimensions of touch. So just to show a little bit of that, if I just strike the key, you can hear it's like playing on an electric piano or something, right? But then if I say strike a key and then glide left to right, you can hear the note bends as I glide, and I can also glide up.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and every single musical instrument has a different dynamic language. Like some of the dynamics are more percussive, some are more about bends, some are more about the breath, about swells. But the Seaboard is the only instrument that has the capability of matching all of those dynamic languages because it's so open from an interactive point of view.
Is there somebody that we would know who is actually now incorporating this and using this instrument to compose?
I got a phone call and I picked it up. I was like, "Oh, it's Hans Zimmer."
Oh, wow.
And he was like, "Well, I've got to see the Seaboard." And then we met up, and he gave a lot of feedback and has been a great supporter.
So we're in a modern day renaissance, so to speak, and you're creating a piece of that. You're redefining music, instruments, and sound and composition in a very unique way. What is your hope if I look 10 years from now?
We want in the next 10 years to make music fundamentally more accessible. We want to extend this journey for everyone so that even great musicians can get something new and find new possibilities, but we also want to extend it to everyone. And the reason why music is so important for me is all about joy. It's all about the experience of joy. And so, like, the bottom line of what we want to do in the long term is to create joy and create joyful human experiences and interactions and connections. And so, when we think about a connected world, we're not just thinking about, the connection between hardware and software. We're thinking about the connection that really exists between people. And music is one of the most powerful drivers of that connection.
It would be wonderful to hear how an instrument like this can actually build a composition. And I think you have someone here with you who's going to showcase a piece of that where we actually hear a composed piece from the Seaboard.
Absolutely, yeah. We have Marco Parisi here, and he's a wonderful artist and a composer who's a real maestro at the Seaboard. So, Marco, could you come on over?
Welcome.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being here.
Music has always been a fundamental way for people to connect, and Roland Lamb's stunning musical innovations are making these connections more intimate, expressive, and meaningful. As we advance through mankind's second renaissance, our experience will increasingly be shaped and enhanced by technologies that are not merely tools, but extensions of our humanity.